Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the Perspective 9, and today we are going to be setting up your radio controller for your drone. So in this case, we got the Radio Master Boxer with internal 2.4 gigahertz elrs antenna. So the first step, what you want to do, and again, this is similar to getting a new laptop, how you get a laptop and you can install Windows on it, and then you can install your drivers and configure it as how you like it. Here for the radios, you have a software called HDX. There's many other softwares as well, similar to on a laptop, how you have Debian, Ubuntu, things like that. So after going to buddy.hdx.org, you're gonna select the latest version. You're gonna find your exact radio and click on flash. Now here, it's gonna give you a option to, of course, add your device. Ours specifically is the STM32 bootloader. But before going there, you wanna go to manual.hdx.org and see how you can set up your specific radio on a DFQ mode. With my specific model, you have to just plug in the USB when the device is turned off. Click next, start flashing. Now, the next thing you wanna do is set up your SD card. So here, you're gonna open up the back of the device, right behind the battery right there. You have to push it in and push it left or right to open it or close it, and then you can just take the micro SD card and connect it to your computer. So I'm just gonna plug that in. What you wanna do is open up that micro SD. It's pretty small. You want to back up all of these data. So you want to, as you can see, I just made a folder called Boxer Backup, copy all of these, paste it there. And now I'm going to just delete all of them. And then here we're going to, after that's done, we're going to select the same SD card. So here, select SD card right there and select folder, allow. And then we're going to select the same firmware. And then here you have the option to choose your language as well, which is pretty cool. So now that that is done, let's say we set up our operating system. Now we need to take care of the, let's say, Wi-Fi driver. So in this case, it would be elrs. We're going to go to github.com/express lrs and then the configurator. We're going to go in the release and just download the right version for us. And then here in the configurator itself, you want to select the latest version. You're going to find your device. So here you have the Radio Master 2.4 gigahertz or the dual band with Gemini, depending on which version you have. So this is the specific version for me. And then you're going to click on download Lua script. That's what's going to give the settings for your radio to be able to play with the settings. So we're going to go here. This is our micro SD card after everything has been written on it. So we're gonna go to scripts, tools, and paste the elrs Lua script in there. Now that that is done, we're gonna go to the radio itself, turn it on, and continue from there. So here we got the Radio Master Boxer itself. So I'll show you from the back. To take in and out the SD card, you push on it, push left, this thing gets released, or push in and push right for it to get released. This is the battery. And this is where any external antennas would go in, and you have a cover to protect it as well. Now going on the front, you want to click and press and hold again. And this is how it turns on. So the first time I'm turning it on, the screen is a bit weird for some reason, probably during this update because of this specific version that I had. But I'm just gonna make it at a right angle where I can read it and just click. Here it wants to do the calibration, so I'm gonna just go through that, and it's just finished. I pressed this button, which is the OK button, a few times. I'm gonna turn it on and off. Welcome to HTX. Throttle warning. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so we can see the screen much better. We are getting the throttle warning to begin with, and that's because this thing needs to be all the way at the bottom, so when you turn on your radio, it doesn't fly off. A few things that we want to take a look at is here we have the model 01, which is certain settings in here. Maybe you want to do a backup of this, especially if it's coming out from the factory. I'm just going to set this up because I already have my backups and I went through it myself, but just by this model selected, I'm gonna click on this next page button here. And here in the internal RF mode, I'm gonna switch it to Express LRS, so CRSF. And here we can see that we have channel 1 through 16. And then here you have the option for the external one or trainer mode and some other options as well. I can of course spend time going through every single page, but that's gonna take forever. I'll make dedicated videos for that. But the next thing you want to do is just press return a few times, go to home, click sys, and here you see the Lua script that we added adds this first option here. Before we go in there, we're gonna go in the radio setup, scroll all the way down. Here you can set up certain things like units from metrics to American Freedom Eagle or whatever you want. And then here you want to set your mode to 2. So it means this one would be the throttle and tells you what's what. You want to click OK. And then you want to go to here, the hardware, click on calibration, enter to start. Now you have to set these to the middle point. And for here, just in case it's a little bit off, I like to wiggle it so it comes to whatever center it naturally comes up to. And now it says move it. So we're gonna move these all the way all around to all the extremes. You don't want to push too much. And then also these radio buttons, you want to move them all the way to each extreme. Oh, sorry, and the last step I had to set this at the center. Okay, I'm gonna just go through this one more time. Set middle point. I'll make sure these are set. And now I'm gonna move this all around and then bring them back to center, and then these as well. And then now that we go to home, here you can see I'm at -100 and then +100 very easily. And then when I move the other ones as well, you can see the values changing. And now that you turn it on and off, welcome to HTX. You're not getting the throttle warning. Now the next step that we want to do is similar to how we set up our ELRS antenna on our drone. We want to go to setting, ELRS, and then here you have certain settings. And the packet rate, I like to leave it on default, but you can play around with that. What we want to look at here is Wi-Fi connectivity. We're going to click that, enable Wi-Fi, and now we're going to go back to the computer. Okay, so now that we're back on the computer, you want to either connect your internet with USB tethering or with Ethernet directly. And then here, you want to go and connect to Wi-Fi on the Express LRS TX, which is the transceiver, to your radio master boxer. And now here in the Express LRS configurator, you want to set up if you want it to connect automatically to a specific Wi-Fi, or also if you want to connect directly to a specific drone, you can set up your bind phrase as well. And now here you have your device. You can select it, and then you can just click on flash. Or if you want, you can build it and then flash it online. So we're gonna click on build here. It's gonna open up our firmware right there. And now we are gonna go to 10.0.0.1. here in the updates, we're gonna just drag and drop this here. And this is updating the ELRS antenna inside of the radio. When you're selecting the specific version you wanna, so this one has been done successfully, you wanna make sure that this specific version matches what you have in the version that you're selecting right there. Now, for other settings, here you can set up either the different Wi-Fi access points or have it automatically connect to a specific Wi-Fi. And then in the options here, you can set up your bind phrase specifically yourself, or have the Wi-Fi auto on or auto off, or import or export your settings. So going back to the radio here, there's a few other things that I want to show you. Other than the Wi-Fi, you can come here for the Bluetooth joystick, and when you select this, you're gonna have this screen. You can connect it over Bluetooth on your computer, and then in your simulator you don't need to have your controller plugged in over USB, so it's going to be much easier and simpler to play with. And last thing that I want to show you is bind here. So if you didn't set up your passphrase in the Express LRS setting, you can plug in your drone 3 times quickly to the power and disconnect it, and on the last time it's gonna blink very quickly, and then you're gonna click on bind here and it's gonna bind it manually. So thank you guys for watching. Please click like and subscribe, and let me know which specific features of the Radio Master Boxer or which specific features of ELRs you want me to dive in more deeper.